Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to our Maximizing Your Facebook During COVID-19 webinar. My name is David Walker. I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center covering Shasta and Trinity counties. For those of you who aren't familiar with the SBDC, we're funded by the Small Business Administration in the state of California to provide no-cost, confidential, one-on-one advisory services to small businesses and to put on workshops and webinars like this one. Like I said, our center covers Shasta and Trinity counties, but I'm noticing that we're having, with these webinars, we're having visitors from all over. The other day we had someone from Europe join one of our webinars. So I can tell you this, if you're in the United States, you've got an SBDC close by. They cover every county in the United States. And we encourage you to get in touch with them and find out what services they have that can help you. And at that point, I'm going to turn it over to Lani and let her get going with the webinar.
Great. Thank you so much, David, and welcome everyone. So this is kind of interesting because I'm used to doing live in-person workshops where I really engage with my audience and we kind of have lots of back and forth dialogue. But the webinars are a great tool because we're all experiencing a lot of stay-at-home or shelter-in-place mandates, and that goes for us business advisors. And so with the opportunity that we have, we can put on these webinars and provide information to help you all through this process. As David said, I am a business advisor with the Shasta-Cascade Small Business Development Center. And before we get going, I'm just going to give you an agenda of what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover a lot of information, trying to teach or demonstrate Facebook through a webinar or even in a live workshop is difficult. I don't use and share my screen where you see me go clicking all around because it gets very confusing. So I use more of a screenshot and explain where the different features are. So today we're going to talk about maximizing some of the key features on your Facebook page, your business Facebook page. This is all about talking about business Facebook. Excuse me, business Facebook page. And so we want to make sure that that's what you know what we're talking about, not the personal page. Especially have some of these features that you might want to look at fully developing or tweaking a bit as we go through this pandemic. We're going to talk about some of the resources that Facebook is currently offering during this time. And then over a high-level overview of the type of content to consider over the next 90 days, as well as we start to slowly reopen our business communities. And then at the end, I will address any questions. So you can type them in the chat box at any time, but I will not look at them until we get to the end because I like to keep the flow going. And that chat box, as David said, is located at the bottom along that bar that's at the bottom of your screen. And if you don't see the chat, hover over the three dots where it says more and you should be able to see the chat box. So once you find that, I'm going to ask you in a minute to type in there the role in your business, the type of business you're in, and how many years you've been in business. Your name will naturally pop up, so I'll be able to see that. You don't need to type that. I am a business advisor for the SBDC as well as a self-employed consultant. I've been in business for 20 plus years, owning and operating my own sole proprietor woman-owned business. And I focus on consulting in downtown and economic revitalization as well as small business advising. So hello, Linda again. Linda is joining us again. She is one of our fabulous SBDC advisors at the Shasta-Cascade Center. Always nice to have a colleague join. David, of course, our director, is great. Thank you. And if anybody else wants to type in and share who they are, otherwise don't feel like you have to. That's no biggie. Not a problem. So I'll wait a minute. Hi, Tabitha, 1-year business owner of Pet Services. Welcome. Restaurant and cafe owner. Oh, great. Thank you, Julia. Norma. She's a retired occupational therapist of 31 years. Wow, and she's reinvented to be a life insurance broker. Fabulous. Pamela is owner of Chef Pamela Bella's Cucina. And I apologize if I pronounce anybody's name incorrectly. Great. So we're going to have quite a diverse. Oh, Jill. Hello, Jill. One of my favorite friends from up in Trinity County. She is the director of the Trinity County Arts Council, and she is a board member of the Weaverville Chamber of Commerce. Welcome, Jill. It's good to see you on the webinar. I miss my friends up there in Weaverville. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Oh, Shasta County Arts Council has also joined us. Great, Desiree Dale. Great, thank you. Some artists, that's always fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move through my my PowerPoint slides. We are recording this, as well as you will get my PowerPoint deck emailed to you to go along with the recording. Probably tomorrow is usually when we get that sent out. So I'm going to minimize my chat box. And here we go. So key features to maximize or be aware during this time. And you may already be using quite a few of the features. When I teach Facebook 101 or 201, I really walk through some of those features that are available, especially on your homepage, and try to talk about really developing those, because it gives your business that internet, that Facebook presence, and in your social media platform. And the more that you can develop that, the more information folks can get from that home page. So we're going to talk about quite a few of these features that are right in your home page, and very easy. And I would challenge all of you just to jump in and start to explore if you haven't already. Look at all the features, look at some of the tutorials that Facebook provides. I'm going to give you some links to some of the areas that I think are great that they've added for COVID-19 crisis, and just jump in there and start thinking about how you should maybe change some of what you're saying or add to. Facebook is fairly easy to navigate, and you can always delete something once you type it. So, it's one of the few, well, social medias are the few platforms that we do have full control over and can fully develop. So the first one I want to talk about is the actual About section. And you can find that along the left-hand bar on your business page. And of course, you're going to see a lot of the business page as I see it as a business owner, not as the consumer or your customers see it. So it's, the view from behind the door of Facebook. So you're looking at it as as you would be looking at your own business page. So you want to think about really developing that About section. And you find that it's always over on the left-hand column. And I always recommend having the About be the first tab in that column, always the first tab. You want people to be able to go to it directly to find your website, to see how to email you, to see where what about your products, if you're a restaurant, your menu. So this is a very, very key area, and you want to have as much of the information accurate and completely filled out here. When our customers are navigating our business Facebook pages, they go very quickly through them, and you need to have it easy and accurate, and have your phone number there if that's what you're going to put on there. If you have a storefront, you can put in your address and it'll pop up in a map. As you see up here, everyone can see where I'm at. I have my phone number, you can get directions. So to edit the About page, real simple, you just click the edit up there on the right-hand side, and it will just put you into the back end of your About page, and then you can start typing and filling out all these areas. Very key. The second area is really about changing your cover page, not your icon. Your icon is like in this situation, is over above the left, and that's my LL Consulting logo. And you want to keep that permanent. That should not be changed unless you're doing a rebranding initiative and you've changed your brand. That is really what pops up in everybody's feed when you're responding as your business. This is what people recognize. This is part of your branding strategy. And I used my logo. Unfortunately, my logo was not designed to fit in a circle, so sometimes that can be awkward. So anyways, it is a little bit cut off there, but I have never changed that since I've launched my Facebook page, and that is my logo that I use for my business. What you can change regularly, and I suggest that you do this often. Not as often as maybe you post every day, but maybe once every 2 weeks, you might want to change up your cover page. And that is this large area that I've kind of highlighted, and you will see as a business owner on your business page, the change cover button. And I put an arrow there so you can see it. And when it drops down, you can choose from photos that are in your Facebook library, on your photo library, one that you posted a while back. I know that a lot of businesses take a lot of pictures, and in your Facebook photos, they're archived. So you can dig through those and pop out one. Sometimes this can be done if you're going to be showcasing an event that you're going to be putting on, or you want to showcase a specific product, and you did a photo shoot with that product, and so now you want to pop it back up to remind people that that's a product that you provide. In some cases, if you're a service-based business like myself, I often will, if I remember, and that's the key, is you got to take the photo, is take a photo of myself doing a presentation. I would love to have maybe my husband come in here and take a photo of me all suited up for my webinar, and I should probably post that. That's probably a good idea to think about that. You can choose videos can go in there, and then the upload photo or video is where you have uploaded it onto your desktop or onto your mobile. You took the picture, and now you want to upload it into your cover or into a post. You can actually create a slideshow, and then of course you can remove it. And with this cover, when you change that cover photo or video, then it goes right into your, as a post, and it'll go into your followers news feed. And it's another reminder that, oh, you're live on Facebook. Oh gosh, I haven't visited that business's Facebook for a while. Look at that great photo. So this is an area that you probably want to think about kind of changing up. Sometimes we might just want to do it for a season or a holiday. There are some services where you can find photos that you can use already. Upsplash is one. I'll type that in the chat when I go to the end and answer questions. They have already have the copyrights, and they're really nice photos. So you can think about maybe something for the holiday season. You want to just represent and something during Thanksgiving, or perhaps during the fall season. So this is a really great place to kind of give your Facebook business page a little bit more punch and a larger focus by changing out those photos or videos. Excuse me, going backwards. The next area that I want to talk about is the navigation column. And that is that whole column that sits under LL Consulting, where it has home, about, photos, posts, photos, services, events. There are a number of tabs that you can list here, and they are found, and you can move them around in order. And they are found in the templates, under settings, under template and tabs. And then you just can move them in that setting area, move them up and down. I always recommend that you have about as number one. When I'm looking at business Facebook pages, when I'm either researching clients' Facebook pages, or I'm cruising businesses' Facebook pages for my own purchasing enjoyment, I always find that a lot of times the about is way down at the end. And then they have maybe services at the top. So I think that the best order, especially now, because you're wanting to keep your customers aware of if you're temporarily closed or if you're open for deliveries or curbside delivery, or do you have an online, e-commerce, or you have a place where people can shop your business. You always want to have that about right handy, because it's all about your business, your contact information. Then I think the next one that I would recommend in order is post. And people can click right on there and go dig through your posts. Sometimes posts get buried. Maybe they're looking for something in particular that fell into their news feed a couple days ago and they want to come back and find it. And if you're a robust poster and you're posting content and pushing content out there on a regular basis, those posts can get buried fairly fast. Photos are key. Again, all of your photos sit there in your Facebook library. And so photos will that click right onto the photo area. And then I think the next one is very key is services, and we're going to talk more about that. Reviews should be up on the top end, especially if you are the type of business that really asks for Facebook reviews. You're pushing that out every time a customer stays with you or dines with you or uses your services. You ask them to review, or typically new customers. And that review sits there, and then it becomes part of your Facebook page. And people will click on that review. Many, many businesses or consumers make their choices about who they're going to do business with by seeing what other people have shared about that business. So this area here, you can move up and down those navigation, those names or those titles. Then the other area here under number 4, kind of smack in the middle of my Facebook page, is those 3 buttons right next to the share. If you click on that, there's a drop down, and this is kind of a shortcut. These are shortcut features. The one that I like the most is View as Page Visitor. If you ever wonder what your page looks like to a visitor, because we see them very differently as businesses that are working on our business Facebook page, and there's a lot more stuff going on, and we get kind of confused. How is the visitor seeing this? And you just want to kind of see if it's easy to navigate. How does the cover page look without everything else all around it? So you click on there, and then suddenly you will see your business Facebook page as a visitor or customer would see it. So that's kind of a good feature. I kind of dabble in that every once a month just to kind of check it out, see how my page is looking. The other one is Like as your page. It's kind of the third one from the bottom. You should always like your own page. So if you haven't done that, go in there and do that. Also, there is the feature of invite friends. Now, because our business Facebook page is linked to our personal page, although no one knows that LL Consulting is also Lani Lott, they do, because that's who I am and that's the business, and I promote that in my post and on about me. But if they didn't, they don't know, they can't see my personal page unless I friend them. But here, if you link on invite friends, it will show you all of your personal friends that have followed your business page or have not followed your business page, and you may want to invite them again. And you can click on that there, and Facebook will send out a message saying that LL Consulting would like you to like their business page. And so these are going out to your friends and family, or anyone who you have agreed to let like your personal page. So that is something to look at, maybe every month, once a month, check out, see how many, especially if you're a robust Facebook user and you're on your personal page a lot, and some of your friends have liked you've liked them, or you've invited them to be your friend on your personal page, but maybe they haven't found your business page yet. So there's an opportunity to increase your likes a little bit on your business page. And then the last one is, and I think this is one that's really not used very often, is create a milestone. And so here would be where you could type up something and it'll fall into your front of your business page, a milestone. It'll be a post that goes out through your news feed to all of your followers. And it could be a milestone of the number of years in business, years at your current location, and more importantly, as we start to reboot and reopen after we go through the pandemic, or we start to have the in place order lifted, you may want to put a milestone that you reopened, and that will go in as a milestone and it'll go as a post. So those are some of the shortcuts. Those are shortcuts also to be able to go and create an ad, create an event, create a group, ads manager. So here is areas, this is kind of a shortcut so you don't have to navigate all the settings. So, okay, so let's move on to services. And this area, you know, I don't see a lot of businesses who really have completed the services. And so I wanted to show you on the left hand is where it's at. If it's not sitting in your navigation column, that means you have not selected it. Remember a couple slides ago, I said go up into settings under templates and tabs, and you need to select that tab, services, for it to then populate in this column. So if you have services that you want to show and you want to talk about and bring out and even put prices, some cost on it, this is where you would do it. So you just start, you have 40 characters for the service name. Do you have a fixed price, a description, a duration if you're doing appointments, and then you can include an image. And then on the right hand side is a fabulous client or a business that's in the Reading area, and she does sugaring, and she is an esthetician and is a spa. And so under her services, she has put sugaring in a description. She does some brow shaping. She does some wellness spa pedicures, tells you how long it is. For $40, and then there is a little description. So it gives you a little deeper insight into the services that a business will offers. And then of course, as you populate your services, you would want to create a post, and you would want to push that post out saying, hey, have you checked out my services? Here is a link to my services that I have on my Facebook business page. These are just a few of my services. If you'd like to know about all of them, feel free to email me or call me, however you want to say it. So the sixth area that I think is really key, and I know right now that with many of our businesses closed, you may not be having that foot traffic coming in. You may not be actually making sales, personal in-person sales, but perhaps you're still able as an essential business or a restaurant that has delivery and the ability to do curbside, and or you're an e-commerce, you have some e-commerce site on your website and you're able to sell through that, or you're selling through social commerce sites, whether it's Etsy or Facebook Marketplace, you can still ask for reviews. You have to ask and from the customer to go on and review your business. And these reviews sit over here. So once you select on reviews, and they sit on your home page, and they're kind of down over in the right hand corner when a customer sees it, or it sits in your tabulation navigation tab column here on the left side. And so you may want to always make it a business policy that after you make a nice sale, or you are able to meet with a client, or you just want to reach out to some of your top 20 loyal customers and send them a personal email and say, hey, I was just hoping that while you had some time, would you like to go on my Facebook business page and give me a review of how the years I've been able to provide you services, how well you think we've done, and then you give them the link to the review site on your Facebook page, and they can go right in there. And so again, I know that some of our businesses do TripAdvisor or do Yelp, but here is yet another review site that gives you the ability, and then you can use this as testimonials in some of your content that you push out at a later date, get permission from your person that reviewed you. You always respond to them. You always want to add, write a comment and say, thank you for this great review. Hope to see you soon. We plan on reopening maybe in 2 weeks. I'll keep you posted. Watch for us as we reopen, and we thank you for all your support. So again, here's the reviews. The next, number 7, is the area to contact us, and that fits right underneath your cover photo. And you can change this call to action button. That's what we call this, is the call to action button. And right there, you'll see the little pencil, or you should be able to see it. I know it's kind of small on the screen. There's a little pencil, which means you can edit it. So you click on that, and then there's this drop down that you want to test the button, you want to get people to contact, you want to edit the button, you want to delete the button. And when you go to edit the button, on the right-hand side of my PowerPoint here, it tells you what some of the options are. The contact you puts in your email or your phone number. Book with you if you take appointments. That would set up the appointment scheduling feature that Facebook offers. Learn more about your business. Again, you would put your website in there so they can navigate directly over to your website. Shop with you. If you have e-commerce site, you would put it in there. And then download your app or play your game if that is something that you provide through your business. So I don't change my call to action button. As a consultant, I'm not selling anything over, not selling a hard product. I have in the contact us on my website already, and I'm not taking appointments. So I use the contact us button. So that's something to really make sure that you've got it there, and people can easily email you or call you or navigate to some way to know more about your business. Okay, the 8th item or area that I really want to kind of talk about is the offer. And that sits right underneath where people click to like you. You have create live, which means if you want to do a live Facebook, your event button there if you want to create an event. Then offer. An offer is for businesses that maybe want to use this feature to push out to their customers an offer that you're going to be a promotional offer, some kind of discount, and this is where you put that in, and then it drops in as a post, and then you can use that offer and you can promote it through an email, you can promote it out through another post saying I'm going to show you in the next slide what it looks like, and then it comes in your followers feed, and now they know that you're offering some kind of discount or special. The thing about this is, I learned the hard way. I was doing this for a client. Once you do it, you can't edit it. You can delete it, but you can't edit it. So make sure you got all the words spelled right, make sure you got the right discount and your expiration date, a promotion code if you're doing that way. There's a lot of features here, how people can redeem this. Do they come into your store, or right now, do they redeem it online? So look at this. If you're not using this and you're thinking that you might want to push out a little offer now, go ahead and try this. And you may even want to invest a few dollars and boost it. If it's a high performing offer and you want to kind of boost it, pay for some for it to go into some other news feeds. Boost is another term for some paid advertising that Facebook does, and I'm going to talk about that on the 28th at my next webinar on boosting and paid ad campaigns. So this is a really key feature, especially if during this time, if you're really trying to drive folks to your purchase online, or if you're a restaurant really trying to take advantage of your delivery and curbside pickup. So here on this left-hand side is what it looks like, where you find the offer. I just found this in the feed. And so you're looking at this now as me as a consumer. This is Lani Lott's personal page. And what I found was over here in this navigation column for my personal page are all of these different things that obviously I've been interested in, and there is offers. So I clicked on offers, and it is location sensitive. So it knows where my Facebook page, my personal page, from the information that I gave it, where I'm located. And right now I'm located right in Phoenix in Arizona. So it's pulling up offers that are being offered in areas near me. So I saw that, oh, this business, Lush Bouquet in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix, has an offer, and it's going to expire on May 16th. And it is probably around, they're thinking Mother's Day, they're thinking fresh flowers always are a great pickup. Maybe someone is, you know, we're all homebound, so maybe someone needs a little extra smile on their face. So then you go over to the right-hand side, I click on that offer, and this is what it looks like to me, the consumer. It's an in-store offer, free delivery in downtown Phoenix. It is, so they're offering free delivery through April. So they're always open, pick up delivery online. So to get directions, I have to probably go down and see what's going on or give them a call to find out more about it. Up here on the left-hand side where this encourage your customers to select notifications, you have to select this to get notifications about new offers in your area. They'll Facebook gathers a weekly list of offers, and that's where consumers, people on their personal pages, click on that so they can see what offers their businesses in their local area are offering through Facebook. Okay, that's the offer discussion that usually takes me about 30 minutes to demonstrate, but tonight we're going to do it in 2 minutes. Okay, so the next area that's so very, very important, and I know, you know, you seasoned business Facebook users know about the scheduling feature, where you can actually schedule out your post, your visits, your ads, your boost, whatever it is. So right now I'm going to talk about just creating and scheduling out your post. I typically will sit and do most of my posts for the next week on a Sunday afternoon when it's kind of quiet and it's the weekend, and maybe I'm not traveling, going back and forth to a wonderful community that I used to get to work in. Right now I have to wave at them from afar through a Zoom meeting. But I typically will schedule out my post for my own business page as well as the clients that I manage. And this is where you can do it. And so you have to have the content, right? We always have to have content. And organic content, content that you create yourself, is the highest producing and most shared content. But there's also other content that we would want to share from maybe some of our clients or some of our artists or some of our other fellow businesses, and that's where you would share their post. But you can, and you can't schedule that out as easily, only your organic. So up here under publishing tools is where you find the new place to create a post that you want to schedule. They have, Facebook has moved it around a couple times. It used to be much easier. You could just go on that place on your homepage where you just start to write a post, and then you could have a drop down to schedule it. Well, they moved it around and it's really difficult now. I'm assuming that's because they want everybody just to post all the time, right at the moment, right? So up here in the publishing tools, you'll find that, and then you will find, so you hit the click post, and you start to write your post. You can add photo, video, a feeling, and then under there where it says share now, you would only click that if you wanted to share that. But there's a little drop down. You drop it down, and on the right hand side you'll see where you can schedule. So play with that. About scheduling, think about it. I highly recommend, it's a little bit more difficult through COVID-19 because we maybe we can't sell online. We're thinking about what kind of content can I push out, and I'll talk about that. But if you could get in the habit now to try to at least 3 times a week post something through your business Facebook page. And that could be maybe one share that you are found from a fellow business or a restaurant that's near you, or something about an organization that supports the community that's doing a fundraising for supporting all of our small businesses during this time. There should always be a post about your business and what you're offering. And then you should think about another post if you've kind of don't have enough to share out with your own products and services, then think about something that might be fun and entertaining, that's related and sensitive during this time of COVID-19, but still that's informational, helps folks understand maybe a little bit more about your industry, some trends that are going to be happening. And so you want to kind of think about your 3 times a week of post and scheduling those out using the scheduling feature. Then the last area, let me get to my notes here, is the stories feature on Facebook. Now we all know that Instagram is owned by Facebook, right? Well, hopefully we all know that by now. It is. Now you can post Instagram, if you're using Instagram, and whether it's your personal Instagram, and you should also have a business Instagram, that's really key. It will automatically populate your Facebook page if you choose it. So if you have a personal Instagram and you link it to your personal Facebook, that will populate your personal page. If you have a business Instagram and you're posting about your business and all of those images are about your business, it'll automatically populate your business page. Now, Facebook has added the ability to do stories through Facebook that are not through Instagram. So up here, as you will see, that blue ring around my logo, that sits there on my homepage, that little plus sign is where you can create a story for Facebook, and then those stories go into people's feeds, and they also then sit for the short amount of time that they are along the top of your business page. So I'm going to just so it's a more personal feature on Facebook, and it's less formal than the average picture and comment that you would place in a post. While we tell stories on our feed as well, uploading to the story feature on your business Facebook page should have a different approach. Maybe that's where you're going to use a little bit of video. You're going to maybe show a little bit of behind the scenes, a little bit of a live video that you take with your phone, and then you put it in your story. We've all seen stories on Instagram, so the same thing is here. Now, I saw one the other day that was posted by a business, and it had way too much text in it, and it did not stick. It kept bouncing back and forth, and it was really awkward. So you just want to kind of be conscious of that. So again, this is another new area where you can create some interesting content that goes through your business news feed, and it's a story, it's not a post. So making it fun, intriguing, or inspiring. Figure out what you're going to tell in your story. Are you going to tease an upcoming product? Are you going to talk about a little bit from yourself about how excited you are that you'll be reopening soon, once we know what that looks like? Maybe you're going to have an employee who's working from home talk about her what she's doing to support your business. Here's where you could actually have your employee do a little story and post it on your Facebook page, your business Facebook page. You may want to put a tutorial together. Give a tip of the day, tip of the week. That would be so fun. And it'd be you talking, and you would be the story, and you would be giving a tip of the day related to what your business is like, you as the business owner. And then maybe you might want to ask your audience for a question. So it's okay to keep it candid. And remember that it's more relaxed, it's in the moment feature. So stage photography is less authentic on your stories than shared videos. And then just if you do some visuals, make sure they're appealing. So over here on the right-hand side is one of the stories that came through my personal page from a business that I follow, Poor Little Rich Girl. I've talked about this business in a number of my other live in-person workshops. She created this bag because she's a consignment store. And so this actually was created on her Facebook page. She also has a very robust Instagram. But then this is kind of telling us how we could drop off some of the clothes that they're buying for the next season, because they are closed to the public. They're a non-essential business, but they still have the ability for people to drop off things, and they're telling us how to do it and what the regulations are, or what they are requiring in terms of bringing in consignment clothes during this time, which I thought was really, really important and not clever, but very intriguing, because I've been thinking about this a lot. I can buy online from them. I can call them from their Instagram, but I was wondering, how are they getting clothes? How are people dropping off gently used designer clothes for them to keep their inventory going? And then this came into my feed. Okay, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to leave the features alone, and now I'm going to move on to what we should be thinking about in terms of content for Facebook. Also, what is Facebook doing during this COVID-19? So I want to first of all talk about that Facebook is doing a lot to limit misinformation. As with the largest social media platform out there with 1 billion plus users, there's a lot of information coming at us through our Facebook. And what is accurate, what is not, and how do you stay aware of this misinformation? So first of all, so Facebook has dedicated and is ensuring to the best of their ability that they are providing accurate information. New educational pop-ups of the 2 coronavirus related searches, links to expert health organizations have been a banner that Facebook is providing us, and I'll show you that in my next slide, that you can link on that, and that is where you know that accurate information coming from the World Health Organization is what they're reporting about the latest news on COVID-19. It has also given more local government, state and local emergency response organizations and law enforcement organizations the ability to push out information to their local communities through their local alert tools, which appears at the top of the Facebook news feeds. So they have opened up that ability for government agencies and law enforcement to push out any alerts during this. And this was really, really key in that very beginning 5 weeks ago, because this happened so fast and things were changing minute by minute. They're still changing day by day, but not so much minute by minute. And so Facebook was quick to react to make sure that their users were getting accurate information. And then I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on how important it is for you then as a business owner to communicate to your customer base accurate information about where you're at in this process as a business. And on March 6th, Facebook banned advertising that makes false claims about the coronavirus or promotes panic, and added medical face masks to the list of forbidden products. While Facebook traditionally relies on both humans and technology to review ads, because human moderators have been sent home from Facebook, the platform is now relying heavily on technology to review advertising. And so they're really depending on some of us as consumers to report false ads or things that we feel are inadequate, offensive, false news. And so that's where you can actually go in there and report a false ad. So this is something that is really, really key. And it's always been there, but it's been something that's been really pushed up and encouraged so that we can make sure we eliminate or report those false news or ads that are taking advantage of the situation. And then Facebook launched their COVID-19 portal. Over here, you'll see it. It's this is my personal page feed you're seeing on the right-hand side. And under Explore, it's right at the top. I'm going to show you in the next slide where you find it on the business page. And that portal features real-time updates from global health organizations and national health authorities in the user's countries. The portal will also serve as an access point for articles, videos, and other information about the virus, including ways to prevent it. It also provides updates for the local, for the user's local community. So what does this all mean for you? It means think before you share. Don't share health information that isn't from a reliable source. We're wanting to keep our customers aware of what's going on, and this sharing is going to be key when we start to reopen. Only share dates and things that you know are from a reliable source, whether that is your county or your city. The state is going to, first of all, probably release some of the shelter-at-home order, and then it's going to be trickled down to a county, and if you're in a city, So you're going to want to make sure you're following those pages, your city page, your county page, the state page, so you have the accurate information for your area. And you're going to want to share that through your business page when it's the right time, with the right dates that things are going to happen. What is the new social distancing guidelines going to be for your specific type of business? And for us who do events, what does that mean for events? Are they going to be postponed? Are they going to be changed? Are they going to be moved to a new location because of all of this? So I know we're all been in a holding pattern over the last 5 weeks, and yes, it's only been 5 weeks, feels like a lifetime. But again, follow accurate information and only share. Do some fact checking yourself. We don't want to be pushing out through our business pages false information. And then if you do have anything that you feel is incorrect, you can report it yourself. That was a mouthful. So here is our business page, right? We're back to seeing our business page. So Facebook resources, these are Facebook resources they've created that are available during this time to help you stay connected with your customers. So right on top of your business page is this View Resources. You guys might have already clicked on this, navigated through this. I'm going to share a lot of what I'm going to share about what Facebook is offering is right there on these pages. So if after this webinar you're more confused than not, you can go here, you can read it, you can test it out, you can dive deeper into how to use some of these resources that Facebook is providing for businesses. Where people see this on your business page about the COVID-19, they don't see the resources that you see, but if they wanted to go to those general resources, it's right up there in the top. So when we click on there, the first resource that I want to talk about, let me get to my next slide, is the ready-made post templates that they have created that you can download as a JPEG and then use in your post if this is something you want to do. If you're needing a little bit of extra boost for content and you want to just push this out, these are available to you to use. Facebook doesn't give you a whole bunch of them. There's probably 3 or 4 in each category, but they're there to kind of continue to kind of keep in content and connected with your customers. So the first one is place orders. That's pretty self-explanatory. A lot of restaurants may want to be using that, or if you're a retail business or some kind of product-driven business and you're still wanting businesses or customers to place orders with you, you may want to use this and then talk about it in your narrative. Use this as the picture and then talk about it the narrative. There's this great business up between Weaverville and Eureka, Straw House Resort and Coffee Roasters. They have fabulous coffee. They're still placing orders. They are still shipping out. And they have a lot of visitors that stop at their resort, eat in their great restaurant. And right now, traveling between there is a little bit light because we don't have a lot of visitors coming up $2.99 and going to Eureka, going to the coast. So they are also continuing to sell their great roasted coffee. Once you get hooked on it, you will never want to go on to any other type of coffee because it's so fabulous, and you can place the order right there through their website. And if you are traveling by there, you can pick it up at their resort too. They have curbside delivery. If you're shopping online, if you have the ability to shop online, there you go. You can use this. They have some templates. Get support. Sell gift cards. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Facebook has the ability that they will actually generate gift cards through one of their 4 partners for you if you don't already have that ability. And then express gratitude, just an express gratitude. And I've given you the link here that goes right to these template page. So when you get your PowerPoint deck back, you can, through the PDF, you can click on that, or you just need to copy and paste it in your browser, and it'll take you right to this place. So the next area I want to talk about is the digital gift cards. And they are, and I don't know how many of my attendees here are using any of these features or have used the feature of the gift card that Facebook offers, but they do have the ability through one of their 4 partners. Square is one of their partners, and you can go on and see who their 4 partners are through their their portal, and it's really easy. Looks really simple to create a gift card for $5, $15, $20, whatever you want to create. And you can download the template, and you can create a story about your gift card. You can send it out in your email with a link right to where the gift card sits on your business Facebook page. And so here's a tool that maybe you don't have. You've used more paper gift certificate because your business primarily relies on walk-in traffic, and gift certificates are paper generated if you haven't gone digital. Well, right now that isn't the ability, so you might want to look at this. And this would be something that you could continue even after we're through the pandemic and we start to open up, that you could continue to promote those gift cards for people to purchase from you. They are also another tool that's here is that they are offering customer relations with automated responses. Now, I'm thinking you're probably seeing some of these pop up into your feed or into your in your chat box on your personal feed. That these are automated responses, with some of us being very busy or doing teaching our kids school, or we're running an errand, we need to go down to the grocery store or something, and somebody links on your business Facebook page and they want to purchase something. They have these automated messages that will come up and you can use, so you can stay connected with them even when you're not there in person. You can receive them from Messenger and or Instagram right from the Facebook page. So look into this portal. It goes into very deep how to use each of these in each of those areas. The other day I purchased some face masks from an artist friend in Sacramento, and she was not making face masks a week ago. She is a full-on acrylic artist that has a gallery, but the gallery's closed, not essential. So she is very creative and has started to make masks for family and friends. And she posted it on her Facebook page, and I just happened to follow it. She's not selling them online. She says just direct message me, let me know what kind of fabric you want. They're $12 each, and the flat fee is $5, and I'll send them out tomorrow. And so when I went to direct message her, I typed up my message, and she wasn't awake at 5 in the morning when I was. And so her message popped up and said, thank you for my message. I'm away right now. As soon as I'm back, I will answer your message. So she's using one of these automated responses, which was great because it was an instant response to my wanting of purchasing something or inquiring about her business or her services. And then, of course, I've seen a lot of this about taking your events online. And in this portal that Facebook for resources, it talks about best practices. And some of you may have done some of your events online, or you're going to take your business online. So here are, some tips. You want to go live with Wi-Fi instead of a cellular data. If you're going to do a live one, try to use Wi-Fi, not your cellular data, because it is a sharper connection and a smoother video. For steadier shots, use a tripod or prop your phone up against a wall or a book. So there you go, if you're going to want to do a live, something live. Interact with your audience and respond to comments during your broadcast. So this is, a lot of people, right when live video came out, live Facebook came out, a lot of people were doing live, and they would have the chat box open and they would be responding immediately to questions. To get more viewers, post about your event ahead of time. You can create an event post on Facebook or a story with your countdown sticker on Instagram. And when your live concludes, you can save or post the video to keep later. So they talk about some of the best practices, how to do these live events. So I know that businesses are such creative beings, especially our small businesses. We're survivors, we are creative, and on a dime we can make changes in our business. Unfortunately, this one has really impacted us because it's really stopped customers coming to us if we have physical locations. But a lot of our organizations who do events have been created and have taken them virtually. Very different. A virtual event is not the same as an in-person event, and I feel confident that we will get back to in-person events again once this is behind us. But in the short term, think about the ways that you can continue to really promote your products and services live or through an event or a demonstration. Okay, what should you be posting on Facebook right now? This is always the really great question, right? Well, first of all, you do need to talk about where you're at as a business in regards to what's going on in the last 5 weeks. Are you open? Are you delivering? Can you do curbside? Is there a phone number? And I came across this on an independent bookseller in Grass Valley. And you know, the challenge I had when I was putting together this webinar is that a lot of businesses aren't posting. So a lot of the businesses were the same thing over and over. So I had to go dig through some Facebook pages to see, and some businesses to see what they are actually posting. So this is a bookstore, and right in their cover, this is what they did for their cover area on their homepage, is they wrote exactly as large as you could when they were closed, and this is the latest update. They're closed to the public. You can reach them at this phone number Monday through Saturday from 10 to 3. They're closed on Sundays. So they're saying you can still reach them through that phone number, and they gave the exact days and times that they're going to be available. You can still support them by shopping on their website 24/7. Free media mail shipping, they provide that. Free book delivery to residents of the living facilities in the Grass Valley area only. They're not going to deliver to your house. Wait, that is 30 miles out in the county. They are able in Nevada County as of March 23rd to have free curbside pickup. And then they tell you how to pay for it. And then they have gift certificates. And then you can also pay, prepay for books that are coming out. So they wrote everything there very clear. It's not buried in a post. It's not any surprises. And then they're pushing this out regularly. So they're pushing probably tiny pieces of it regularly in their daily post. So I thought this was really creative. So think about where you're telling folks right now about the status of your business during the pandemic. So what should you be posting? You want to listen and acknowledge. Share information about your availability, your hours, measures you're taking to keep your staff and premises safe. And that was the example I just showed you. You can make sure you update your business hours on your Facebook business page, homepage, or let customers know about temporary service changes like pickup, delivery, online services, or temporarily closed. And there is a feature there in Facebook that does let you click temporarily closed. So you want to kind of talk about all of the ways that customers can still continue to do business with you, if that is available. If you have a social commerce site where you're selling through Facebook Marketplace, or you're going to be posting on Instagram and you're going to be doing a different type of selling through there, or if they can call you and you will ship it to them, whatever creative ways. If you're just not able to, just speak from the heart and say, unfortunately, we're closed now. We're anxious to see when we can reopen, and we'll let you know. When you start to reopen, you are going to need to be really communicating exactly what your hours are, when people can come down, the changes you've made in your business for adhering to the social distancing guidelines. You're going to have lots of content then. So think about right now, maybe scheduling some more normal content that you can push out, talking about some products and services, the upcoming season, some of the things that you've been involved in, and have that scheduled, because you're not going to have time once we start to reopen. It's going to be crazy busy, just trying to get up to speed. Keep posting that aligns with your values, and captions are more important now than ever. So I kind of saw this Ace Hardware, and this is the one that's in Redding. It might be up in Trinity County. Anyways, I thought it was so clever. 2 of their employees, they're socially distanced. They have everything laid out there, because right now we're seeing a lot of people gardening, right? That's what a lot of people are doing when they're staying at home, or sewing, or in my case, making chocolate chip cookies and eating them all because nobody else is here. So with that said, they made this live video of how to start your seeds, and it was great. And it had great tips, had all the products there, and then it said at the end, it told you exactly how to purchase it. They have a very large following base. They got 34 comments and 86 shares. So this might be because it was shared so broadly and it had 146 interactions, they might want to invest in boosting this a little bit. This would be the type of post that you would want to boost a little bit, especially since we're just now coming into our spring and we're going to start thinking about setting out seedlings. So you want to be compassionate. You want to think about the right tone in your captions. You want to be sensitive to the words you say. And then you really want to think about the organic value that you're creating in your content. And that's what this ACE hardware did. I wanted to kind of talk, just here's some of when I was doing the research on the gift card. Here are some samples of a promotion and some gift cards that are being promoted out. If you can't create your own digital gift card with Facebook, or you don't have one now, you can create a post and make it right there in your content, and you just push it out that way. This is a post for a store, a boutique store, and it has lots of activities. They never do discounts. They never give anything away, but here they are promoting. Take advantage of this promotion, and remember, clothing and shoes are still 25% off. So you buy something from them and you receive a $10 gift card for every $50 you purchase. And then they have an expiration. You print that off, or you show it digitally when you take your order, and they still can do curbside, and they also ship. Post that you have gift certificates or cards to purchase. My independent bookstore just went right outside of their door and showed that they have gift certificates. If you want one of those, just let us know and we'll put it in, send it to you, and we'll put it in your order, or you come by the curbside and get it. And then of course we're seeing less aggressive marketing, more soft marketing or approaches in our news feeds these days, but a lot of stores are still offering discounts, especially if they're set up for e-commerce or delivery or social commerce or takeout. I mean, I can't tell you how many restaurants are in my news feed and they're offering me these great, $35 for the family dinner, plus get an extra bottle of wine at $10, or get your cocktails to go. And yeah, so, the restaurants are really taking advantage of this content pushing through their feed. So think about now, sharing your information in your updates, talked about that. And it's going to be key to stay on top of that as we reboot and reopen. And you just want to make sure that you know exactly what the guidelines are going to be so you can communicate that to your customers. People are going to be very, very excited to see and get back to some kind of normal and be able to come down and support their businesses in person. We don't know what that'll look like. We don't know when that will be, but it will happen. So the next area is answer questions. Let customers know they can call, email, or message you with questions. And then you can actually save your replies, and then you can compile them, and you can push them out through your email marketing. You could repost them in your content through your Facebook business page, or you can repurpose it and put it on your website. So if you have questions, you pose a question, or someone poses you a question and you're seeing the same question over and over, and I am assuming this is going to happen when we start to reboot, reopen. People may be posting, when are you open? When are you open? Are you open yet? Are you open yet? You may get a lot of those, so put your reply and then post it and keep it and save it, and then figure out where you want to repackage that, recommunicate it. I have given you the link of how to save replies, save instant replies, instant Instagram replies, and WhatsApp. Facebook also owns WhatsApp, and I'm not even going to get into that today, but that's another one of their social media platforms they own. Then online purchases, make sure that all your links work, that and they can purchase easily. Keep your customers updated on whether or not you received their order and when it's shipped. You might want to use direct message or send them a personalized email and let them know. You might want to set up an online shop or e-commerce solution that customers can shop online rather than coming in person, of course. Another option is Instagram shopping, where customers can shop directly from your Instagram profile. And I've given you that link. I'm not going into Instagram today, but you can go on that link and find out if you qualify for that feature. And then you can use your Instagram as well as your Facebook for selling online, getting those products out into your customers' hands. Post creative content right now. Be creative, be sensitive, but think about how you can showcase your products and services during this time. Think about how you can really bring into light your dedicated staff that has either been still there with you, or if you took advantage of the Paycheck Protection Plan and you were able to bring back some of your employees financially through that program, but they can't come into your shop or your store or your restaurant directly, and they're at home, but they're on your working on the hours that you are covering them. Have them create some content for you. Do a employee tip of the day. Let people see, let them do a little live video of them and film them and have them talk about why they loved it working for this business. Or these are, I know the bookseller does tips on Amy's book selection. I know Tammy's Books up in Weaverville does that. Now's the time, if you have your employees still on some kind of a work schedule, whether they're working from home or you've brought them back and you're still paying them to be at home from one of the SBA programs, use that personality. Put them in front of your customers. Your customers know you're dedicated employees. They're worried about them too. So now's the time to kind of use that to create some connection again with your customers. Try posting how-to videos, behind the scenes photos, going live. Think about how you might use some of that when you start to reopen. Do a little video of you opening the door the first day you get to go back and be actually in your store. And you're going to be going, oh my gosh, look at all these cobwebs, or look how great my store looks. I'm so excited. I can't wait to wash the windows. Take a video of you doing a window display. Whatever it is, just get the content. You have to get the content. It doesn't do much good after the fact, so just do the video and have it on your phone, and then when you're ready to post it out and can edit it a little bit, when you have a little bit of downtime, think about what you could do right now while you do have some downtime to have that content bank full. Showcase your products, services, and merchandise. I was reading in Facebook a little deeper about some of their recommendations for health clubs that are closed, right? So a lot of them have merchandise. They should be showcasing that merchandise, that, business people who are really dedicated users of gyms or health clubs, they want to, support that business. And so to talk about some of the product if that's your type of business. Think about streaming classes, routines, do-it-yourself demos, virtual consultations. Really, folks, other than hardcore sales right now or inviting folks down to your business to meet and greet with you, anything can be posted with sensitivity. You just need to be creative, take the pictures, do the video, think about what you want to say to your customer base. These are your loyal customers, and they want to know how they can do business with you. Help them. This picture is of a storefront in downtown Grass Valley, and I wasn't there to take this. This was posted on their Facebook page that you can shop anytime with them. They're open 24/7. They gave their website, they gave their Instagram, their Facebook, and their phone number. And then they've created a window display. So not only is this being posted and pushed out through their social media channels and on their website, but then people who are driving by their store can see it. And of course, with Mother's Day coming up, this was a big push. Their other window is about the same thing with a drop down with their brand about what some ideas for Mother's Day's presents. So I want to kind of follow and end this up really quickly, and then I'll answer your questions the best I can. And if I can't get to all your questions, David will send them to me tomorrow, and I'll make sure I send you a personal email with the answer. But where do you go from here with your marketing? When you think about, and I talked about this yesterday on redefining your marketing during COVID-19, you have to start planning out for the next 90 days. You have to start thinking about that. And develop a mini marketing plan for 90 days. What kind of content are you going to be creating? What are you going to be doing to promote that you're back and open or online, or people can actually come and visit you at your office building? Take some time now, if you haven't already, to really audit all of your marketing assets. What's working well for you? What are you actively using? What's been on the back burner, but you really haven't brought it forward because you really don't know how to do it? Maybe you've been talking about e-commerce site for a long time, or looking into an Etsy, or using Facebook Marketplace, or Amazon, or Postmates, or DoorDash, or Uber Eats, or all of these delivery services. So now's the time, while you have a little bit of time, unfortunately, without actually being running and operating and managing a full-on all four cylinders business, to kind of do some research and think about over the next 90 days and up to the next end of the year, what do you want to start to incorporate? I was also thinking about when you think about your rebooting and restarting plan, think about the variety of content that you might want to have, as well as what kind of special live event or do you want to kind of do. And it may not be an in-person. Maybe it's going to be a video of, a live of come on down, first 10 people. I don't know what the guidelines are going to be, but think about that, how you're going to really promote that you're back open again. And besides spreading it out to all of your social media channels and your website and your e-marketing, what kind of live in-person type of activity might you want to think about? Incorporate the services. Are you going to, in the next 90 days or 6 months, keep some of the services that you have quickly incorporated into your business model in these last 5 weeks? Are you going to continue to deliver, ship for free, have digital offerings, curbside pickup? There's a couple communities I work with that are talking about stores have found curbside pickup they're still available, still able to do it in their county or in their city, about how great it is to have that additional service. So they're thinking about maybe taking a parking spot on their strip and having that curbside delivery available still. Don't know how they're going to do it. Not my problem, but they talked about it. And then the most important thing to do while you start to think about where you go with your marketing is to take some time now to do a check-in with some of your business colleagues, some of your fellow artists, some of your fellow organizations. Do a virtual meeting and discuss how you are as an organization or a business synergy or a strip mall, or just 5 businesses that are maybe all next door to each other, how you might want to work together to promote that you reopen, rebooted. And what maybe are they doing now? What kind of content do they find are working? Are we going to do any kind of Facebook advertising? Are we going to do any placement ads in our local publications? Resources are tight, almost non-existent, I get it, but look at how you're going to really use your reopening, your reboot to re-engage. Oh, wow. Okay, that was a lot, wasn't it? And I can't hear you guys, so I don't know your answers. All right, let me see what there. I'm going to start at the top. Oh, I missed how you can get to the section where you can edit the menu. Marlene, you can go right in that on your About page, the About on page, and there's a place right on the About button. If you select Edit My Page, it will take you down to the menu area. So go on to that home page and go into Edit Page, and you'll see the menu down underneath all those areas. I can screenshot it for you again, but it's in the Edit My Page. You do not have the publishing tools under Post. Okay, Julia, I'm not sure if you're on a business page. It's not under the Post. It's up along the top. Go back to that screen. Oh yeah, hold on guys, I'm going to flip through here again. I'm going to show Marlene where that. Okay, so up here, Edit My Page info on your About page, and then that will take you down to Add the Menu right there. Okay, and then the next question was regarding publishing. Yeah, it's not right on your tools. If you start posting, it'll say, take me to publishing tools. It should be right up here next to notifications. So hopefully you can find that. Oh, Marlene says she found the menu. See, I didn't read down enough. Good girl. So a story is not different than a live video. Well, a live video is done when you're live and it's a live video. A story is more you take the video and then you post it. And I would post that to, I don't think it makes a difference whether you use story or live. A story is just sitting in a different part of your Facebook page. And live is more right in the moment. So a story is something that you video and then you post, where live is it's being posted live right at that moment. You can ask that question in Facebook tutorials and they'll help you talk about the differences. Hey, Julia, of course, Straw House Coffee, I can't wait. How would someone redeem this kind of gift card? It's redeemed right through your Facebook business page. You connect with Square, and so it's between you and one of Facebook's partners. And so it's gonna sit on your business Facebook page in a certain area. I think it's up near your logo, your name, where they see it. But then you are going to also link people directly to it through your website and through your email, through any of your email marketing, through regular posts. You're going to remind them when those, you're going to use that to push it out. But it sits right there on Facebook. Okay, I'm just reading Jill's here. Oh, Today they posted a political rant. How do you handle restrictions or remove the post? We are not allowed to be political. Well, you should be able to delete that post or hide it from your timeline, Jill, and then you should be able to then report it to Facebook if you felt that it was an inappropriate post. But you can on your Showcase to Business, you should be able to hide and delete that post, that comment, if it was a comment.
Hey, Lani, can I ask something on relating to that?
Sure.
Is there a way to moderate the posts as they come through so you can keep those from posting to begin with?
I think you can. I'm sure up in the settings you can, under post, there's different, or response, comments. You can allow people to comment on your post. You can allow them not to. You can have them, your notifications, every time somebody posts a comment, it will ding you, whether you're doing it through your phone or through your computer. So I would go up into the notifications and look and dig into there, and as well as the settings. They give you lots of tools and ways to make things public, not public. Some businesses don't allow comments on their post just for the fact of this reason. So Facebook has a lot of those firewalls in place. You just have to figure out how zealous you want it to be. Hope that answered your question. Okay. Okay, great. I think we're about out of time, aren't we, David? I'm always cutting it so close. And do let people know if, we are continuing to take clients. If anybody is a client already or wants to have more information and have a one-on-one, I am still able to meet with clients one-on-one through Zoom, and we could walk through some of these very particular questions you have, if that is something that is of need right now. So sorry, I think that's still available, right, David?
Yeah, it is. And I got to say one other thing to Julia. Lani must really like your guys' coffee, because this is the second webinar in a row that she's at house. You guys, you will all be getting, just to let you know, tomorrow morning you'll be getting an email with a link to the video recording of this webinar. You'll also be getting a copy of the slide deck and a link to a really short evaluation form, and we would really, really like it if you could fill that out. It helps us try to improve these things, and it's also something that the SBA likes to see. The more evaluations we have, the happier they are, and they control most of our funding, so we want to keep them happy.
And I'm going to go to the last screen again, because that is where Emily's contact information is, if anybody is interested in, wanting to know more about our services, right? There we go.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.